Automotive dealerships are done for, and let me tell you why. First off, let me thank everybody who subscribed in the past month. We had a lot of new subscribers. I'm very thankful, appreciate it. I'm also using a new mic here. I'm going to link it in the description. It was pretty cheap, and I think it works pretty well, so we'll see how this video ends up. Yes, the automotive dealership, the Icarus of the car world. They have flew so high and so close to the sun for so long, and now they are plummeting back to earth and back to reality. So about 5 years ago, we all went through a very bad experience. I don't have to remind you guys about that. And needless to say, things like the supply chain and how we got goods got harder. So the dealerships did what they had to do and mark up the prices because supply and demand were not meeting each other. Fair enough. It is 5 years now, and they are still holding those dealer markups. Somewhere just recently, the new Corvette ZR1 came out, and I think the dealer marked up that one $100,000. Just a slight correction. It was way more than that. Let the damn thing rot. But yes, during COVID, we saw dealers jack up prices 10,000, 5,000 above market value. And then they would add on things that were like tints and stuff like that were like $800. You shouldn't be paying that much for a tint. Inventory is back on the lot. The market is stabilizing. People are getting their goods, and they're still doing it. Cars are now sitting on the lot for 2 to 3 years because they're not selling because of how ridiculously marked up they are. The Bureau of Labor Statistics found that new vehicle price inflation was driven directly by dealers inflating margins during and after COVID. Kelley Blue Book reports that many models are still being sold over MSRP, especially in high-demand categories. Dealers now point to tariffs as a reason, but most of these added fees don't even apply to American-made vehicles. They're just relabeling greed. Got away with it in 21, 22, 23, and some of 24, but the buyers are done with it. In June 2025, the new vehicle stats dropped over 5% from the previous year. The industry's annual sale rate dropped from 17.6 million to only 15.3 million in sales. It's because people are getting sick of paying ridiculous dealer fees for no reason. If you look on the sticker, it will show you manufacturer's price, say a $40,000 car, and then they'll write some other crap on the computer, smack it onto the side, and now it's a $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 dealer markup, and they give you almost no explanation. Also, even if you were to get a pretty decent car with some pretty decent price, the average car payment is almost $747. That's average. Not every car, average. And then on top of that, insurance ain't cheap either. So you're paying nearly $1,000 to get a new car a month. Probably even more than that. But I've come across a lot of videos on YouTube, and a lot of people have gone on days off because you know a salesman will harass you to no end if you step on a lot. And they're going and they're looking at sticker prices, and they're seeing these overinflated cars. And in some cases, they're sitting for 1-2 years. And that is like growing roots on a dealership. They don't like that. They have to pay inventory. They have to pay taxes on that inventory. So on the sales side, it's bad. I don't think I have to tell anybody that. The statistics show people are done overpaying for cars that are actually cheaply made and are going to break down. It's being known. Now let's switch over to the service department. I've talked about this many times before, being a mechanic that used to work at a dealership for a little bit and just knowing people who are currently working at a dealership. I've said it in plenty of videos. We'll just go over briefly. They're burnt out. They're absolutely burnt out. A staggering 46% of automotive technicians leave their jobs every year, nearly half the workforce. 69% report burnout, and 65% leave because of poor management. Even Ford and GM admit they're scrambling to fill technicians. They're only focusing on recruiting new students, young people, right out of school, but they're not worried about retaining technicians that can be there for years. It's flat rate, low pay, garbage hours, and no respect. I've said it before. It isn't getting better. Dealerships brag about their pipeline from trade schools, but they won't invest in fixing why techs are leaving now. Here's what you got. Customers priced out and disrespected, not paying for new cars. Technicians burning out and quitting. Salespeople trying to push overpriced cars that nobody wants. And management still thinking the pandemic excuses will cover their bad habits forever, but it won't. The dealership model is breaking, and it's not going to last if they keep this up. So the dealerships had their chance. They've abused their power and greed for about 4 years. People find themselves more comfortable buying Teslas and Rivians, where you don't have to walk into a dealership and get scammed out of your pocket. The price is what you pay on the app. And even though a lot of people don't like electric vehicles, that format has worked in the past. Look at Saturn. It's a basic price, no haggle, you walk out the door with it. And it kind of worked. People did like that. But I want you guys to tell me what you think. Are the dealerships going to collapse? Is something big going to happen, or are they going to have to change their ways? Do you think they'll keep afloat? What are the manufacturers thinking? What are the techs thinking? Anyway, I want your comment in the comment section. I want you to let me know what you think about this. These long format videos may come longer than expected. Next week, I'm going to be a dad. Kid's going to show up, so I'm taking father responsibilities over this like any good dad would. I'll try to get some shorts out there if you guys are interested. Love seeing those. Once again, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you in the next video.